What is going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Cuts the Great here with another YouTube video. This time I want to talk about Avengers Infinity War. Now it's been out for about a week now, a little over a week, so if you have not seen it, do not watch this. It contains a little bit of spoilers, a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. But it's a few things I want to talk about, a few things I saw in the movie that I thought were interesting, and a few things that I saw that I felt that were kind of a problem in the movie. But I want to jump into it. I just want to give you guys a warning. You know, if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this at all. But number one is the building in the moon. As Heimdall sent Hulk to Earth to warn everybody about Thanos. When Hulk was passing the moon, if you looked close in the largest crater that Hulk passed, there was a building in the center of it. Now, I'm not sure what building that is. It could be the Watcher, or it could be the Inhumans that they could possibly be introducing to the MCU. We don't know. We have to wait and see. Number two is Scarlet Witch's powers. Now, I feel like she was completely overscaled for this movie. The fact that she would have the power to destroy an Infinity Stone is well beyond my understanding. But they gotta have some type of plot twist or anything like that, or a scapegoat or something. I don't know. Okay. Number three, Gamora is in the Soul Stone, like the comics. Now, in the comics, I'm not sure, I can't remember how, but she wound up in the Soul Stone. And the key phrase for this theory is the fact that Red Skull told Thanos, in order to get the Soul Stone, it is a soul for a soul. So you have to sacrifice your soul to receive the Soul Stone. And Thanos sacrificed Gamora's soul. I feel like Gamora's soul is in the Soul Stone. Simple as that. Number four, Doctor Strange foresaw their victory out of 14 million plus opportunities, or you want to see futures or whatever. He saw the only way for them to actually win over Thanos in the long run is by giving up the Time Stone. And if you remember in the movie, Tony turned around and asked him, why would you do that? And Doctor Strange is pretty much, all he said was, we're in the end game. Now, whenever you hear we're in the end game in movies, it's pretty much like, okay, this is the home stretch. Everything has to go, everything is going as planned. If it stays on course, we're going to win this no matter what. That's how I feel about that whole situation. Number five, Doctor Strange's sword. Now, normally in the comics, he either has a sword or an axe. This time we actually got a glimpse of his sword when he was fighting Thanos. It's really quick if you don't notice it. We also get to see the bands of Siderax as well. Those were pretty dope as well. Number six, if you've seen the movie, you know this. Peter Quill. He deserves every bit of what he got. He was another dumbass for... It's just they had everything in order. Everything was down to the T. Plan actually went through. You know, everybody did their part. And he wanted to go ahead and be that guy. That one guy every movie has. And mess up the plan. Any two times Tony has to break out of his role of being the egotistical one and be like, hey, we have a job to do. You need to do your part. That says so much right there. Alone. Number seven, I want to talk about Thanos' scars after using the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, at the end, when Thor shoves an axe into his chest, he tells him you should have aimed for the head and snaps his finger. Now, after that, it kind of shows, you know, people fading and things of that nature. Then it also shows Thanos sitting in a villa or something, watching the sunset. Now, if you look at his left shoulder, if I remember correctly, from it's halfway up his neck and all the way down his arm, it's like it almost looks like it's starting to I wouldn't know how to say it. It's it looks weird. It looks like it's decrepit, it's broken. it looks horrible, pretty much. So I'm thinking it's from overuse of the stones all at once. That's how I feel about that. I'm not sure though. Number 8, sad one. Spider-Man senses his own death. It's a toughie. Spider-Man's spider sense has been fluctuated up and down through the times of comic books and things of that nature, to the point where it can, sense something ridiculous. That's how I say. But it did really show that before Peter knew what was actually happening or got a grasp of what was happening, his spider sense kicked in and was like, "You're gonna go, buddy. You're not gonna make it at all." And that's kind of sad because, he was just getting into his role real good. I mean, not saying they're not coming back or anything, but it's sad to see like the young one go, and he's trying so hard. Number 9, Rocket predicted that he was going to be captain of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Unfortunately, the way he predicted it, it wasn't what he saw. But he did predict nonetheless he was going to wind up being the captain of Guardians of the Galaxy. Because now, Gamora, Drax, Mantis, Groot, and Star-Lord are gone. So now it only leaves Rocket and Nebula. And, years go over that. Not years, but, it takes years to get the captain status. And, when experience comes first. So. And the last but not least is Captain Marvel. Now I want to talk about Captain Marvel because at the end of the movie it showed Nick Fury paging Captain Marvel. Now, one, that's a beeper in the movie. I don't care what anyone says, that's a beeper. And that is straight 90s. If you've never seen a beeper, look one up. It's weird. But it's already confirmed that her movie is going to come out before the second part of Infinity War. Then on top of that, it's been confirmed that her movie is going to be set in the 90s. So I'm really waiting for the time jump, or trying to understand how they're going to do this. Because obviously you got to start on Earth. I'm wondering how, is she going to bump into, a young Tony Stark or a young Nick Fury or anything like that. How she's going to wind up in space in the Kree Army and stuff like that. I'm just interested in that really, really deeply. So, and another, one last thing I did, one thing I found funny, but not funny at the same time because of the situation in the movie. If you go back and watch it, when Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, finally disintegrates, and you look at Tony, you could see him get a little germaphobe moment as the ashes in his hands. He does that real quick and gets the ashes of Peter off of him. It's funny because Tony is kind of a stickler when it comes to certain things he don't want to touch, but at the same time it's sad because dude, he just died in your arms and now you're germed, you're pulling one of those. But yeah, that's those are the things I want to talk about. If you've seen anything else that I might not have saw, or any other theories, please, comment, subscribe, dislike, say I suck. Still gonna do these videos. If you're following me, it's all love by now. Well, that's it, guys, and I want to give you bid you a farewell. Peace.